For a while I have been thinking that I should create something like an actor studio here. But I did my research. I know there is a great culture for theater and actor studio, but I think I should start something online first and then people can gather because it's about responsibility also. One or two wrong or rotten mangoes can destroy the entire camaraderie or that environment. So that's why if you don't have that intervention, maybe something can happen. But we are talking about acting direction and the relationship between the roles. So as I was thinking where I should keep the actor studio if I do it, like where I should do these sessions or videos, first I thought it can be Hokalaron. Then since I started this, thought of shifting it to You Can Achieve. But now I think it will be a mix of different things. In Artists Heaven, we will talk about actor studio, writers group, directors group. So this playlist, I have named it on directors and direction. কিন্তু যেটা হয়, since I am an actor, director, writer myself, সো ওই ডিরেকশনের কথা বলতে গেলেও কোথাও না কোথাও রাইটারের ব্যাপারটাও চলে আসবে। That's a great thing because very few people are like that. So I am really grateful that I can share all these things with you. বাট যেটা হচ্ছে যে অ্যাক্টিং করতে করতেও আমি কখনো কখনো রাইটিংয়ের কথা বলে দেবো, রাইটিং করতে করতে অ্যাক্টিংয়ের কথা বলে দেবো। বাট মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্টলি যেটা নিয়ে আমরা ডিসকাস করব, উই উইল টক অ্যাবাউট ডিরেক্টরস. Directors from different, we'll talk about cinema. When we look at cinema, we talk about cinema in terms of performances, in terms of art and craft. That we can do. And great directors, we will talk about the classic directors and the great directors and their approaches, few anecdotes and stories, leadership styles, and great relationships with the actors, because it used to be the thing. If you look at Bergman, Liv Ullmann and the other actresses, such great relationships. And I think a cheap person or a person who doesn't belong to that fraternity or that acting community can think about all this nonsense. But when you look at cinema, you know there is something, right? The on-screen chemistry, the off-screen chemistry, it is seen. It's a part of your basic education. How you look at human beings, how you look at the relationships. But unfortunately, we have come to a situation, and I have to mention this bit in each and every place, because some people are against the method also. Because method was about truthful acting, that moment of truthful acting. So we got to see great performances. Now there are some people who are trying to take people away from that method, even more importantly, from the truthful moment acting. Now with that also you can achieve a lot, but initially they are starting with all these gimmicks and games. Gradually their intention is to take people away from the truthful acting, because it is exported from a place where they are all about fake acting, false acting, and their training is regarding that. Apart from that, what they have is persuasion and manipulation. But we don't belong to that group. So here we will talk about acting, direction, directors, the flavor of each festival, more importantly, uh, different movies. We will go to the French New Wave. We will go to the Italian Neorealism. We will go to Asian cinema. We will go to Czech New Wave. We will go to many movements also. We will go through all these movements. We will look at all these things in a deeper manner. That's what we have done over the years, I mean, unfortunately, there are places where you don't get the opportunity, and there is a big force that is stopping you from doing that. Forget about creating the ecosystem, because the entire force or whatever is there, they have created societal pressure, they have created peer pressure in each and every way. They are telling you that truthful acting is not possible, that great acting is not possible. There is a lot of turmoil, but eventually you come to shit. Eventually you come to shitty acting. And when you accept that, their mindset is like they will do more of it, and they will try to sell that that is the way forward. So that is even more harmful, because if somebody is not there to tell you the other side or the truth, I mean, it can be catastrophic for the cinema industry, and that has been there for a while, that kind of mindset. Now gradually we are getting higher, we are realizing, yeah, something might have been wrong, so we could have done things in a different manner. So we will talk about all those things. This will be in English. মাঝে মাঝে হয়তো আমি একটু বাংলা বলবো, but mostly it will be in English. But you get what I'm trying to say, because acting, you can come from any culture, but when we are looking at acting, we are looking at acting. So that cannot be an excuse, right? Similarly, for any aspect of the filmmaking scenario or the process, it can be cinematography, it can be art design, it can be production design. You have something in you, so you are getting selected because of that. Maybe the equipments you have now, that is not enough. It is for the beginners or for the people who are aspiring to be in the film industry, especially if you are from India. The situation is horrible. Few people make movies and they don't get enough recognition for their movies, and there is a general narrative created. If you create a great movie, that's a low budget movie. So there is a lot of shit going on, but eventually this is changing, and it will change for the better. But cinema, we have to love cinema. I mean, no excuse is great if you bring down cinema. Now we need to respect the great directors. That's why we need to do this also, because we need to respect the great directors, like people who have revolutionized acting, people who have revolutionized directing. We can still watch those movies again and again, and we don't get bored. You understand what I'm talking about? Those moments, those semiotics, non-verbal communication, verbal communication, precise dialogue. I mean, it never gets old. So we need to respect their opinions. If they are talking about something, we need to take it seriously. If we don't, that means we are actually not paying enough respect to the seniors, the right seniors, who know their stuff, who know how to make a movie, who know how to make a star, who know how to get acting from an unknown person, and that person can become a great star. Everybody is taking that person as a great star, but he or she started with someone. They saw, these directors, or maybe casting directors, they saw something in the young talents. So we need to believe that thing, recognizing, we need to believe in that thing, recognizing potential, harnessing the potential. And it is not a piece of cake, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of practice, and it's more than one or two particular gestures or smiles, because it's about the human experience. And you have those experiences, multisensory experiences, you value those, you remember those, you imagine things, and then you express. You get opportunities to express, you express. Sometimes you bring so many things into the work. Maybe the director is not asking, but you are bringing something which can be a value add, and the right director will accept it. I have talked about it again. So that's why here we will take one director, we will talk about that director, his or her particular style, and we will talk about few movies, the names of the movies. Maybe we will show you the pictures of those movies also, and that's it. I mean, the power of those movies is such. Even if you look at the frame of a movie, if you look at an emotional moment where the actor is just looking and you get that, it means something. It is more than the look, it is more than the thing, she is expressing something. So that's why we had still photographers. It's not about just for capturing the costumes and all that stuff. Those moments, and those are stories, those moments, those frames were stories, because so much got communicated through those pictures. It's about the mindset. If we understand that, if we change that, then I think we can be in a better place. We can appreciate acting. We can contribute to the literature of acting, which I'm going to. I'm going to write a book about casting and acting globally. So where I will give you the details. But I think now, since people are so lazy, many people are, in fact, they are having a shorter attention span. So instant gratification is a big deal. So people are not valuing human emotions. Their own emotions, they are not valuing even, because there is a constant sense of judgment, around you. If you don't do this particular thing, you will be criticized, and there will be societal pressure, peer pressure, whatever be the thing. People will be judging you. You won't be able to express yourself. Maybe you won't be successful. So many things. That has been given to the culture, and this is really harmful for the youth of any culture, especially for the democracies. That's why we need to be better human beings. We can give great acting performances, whether in theatre, whether in film, whether in any other productions, web series or whatever it is. But I think if you have loved movies, then you can relate to it. And the rest we will talk about in the next sessions. This is the introductory session on directors and direction. And see, the thing is, many people will criticize you. Even if you don't do something, they will criticize you. Even if you do something, they are going to criticize you. But if you stop, then people won't be having who need it. They won't be having what they should have. And that's it, I think. That's a lot. They are your stakeholders, not these bunch of petty critics or trolls. So set your priorities, build yourself, hone your crafts, senses. You can give great performances. And build that community. That is so important, because there's mutual exchange. Writers, actors, directors, the bonding we share, the relationship we share, that's so important. Thank you.